My name is Megan, and this is my story. I'm a pastor's kid. I grew up going to church. I did Awanas. I was involved in youth group. I volunteered as much as possible. When I got a little older, I was a summer camp counselor. People saw me as a giver, as someone who kind of had it all together. And I started to get affirmation from that, from being the girl who had it all together. And I saw that I had this family history of people who loved Jesus and who were willing to sacrifice for others, and I wanted to be like that. And unfortunately, I discovered that I also have this long family history of anxiety and depression, but I never thought that was going to affect me because I was doing pretty good. I had it all together. I was a good church-going girl. Last year, I moved out of my parents' house. I was working full-time. I was still trying to maintain this image of being really involved, and my body and mind kind of decided that that wasn't going to work anymore. But I ignored that, and I just kept going because I had to keep this up. All of a sudden, I found myself having panic attacks on the way to work, or in meetings at work, or on the way home, or during the day, and I didn't know what to do with that because it didn't fit with my image, and I didn't want people to think that I was crazy, and I was afraid that my community was going to label me as crazy, ask me to not be involved in community until I got myself figured out. So I would have these panic attacks. I'd be crying at work, and I'd come home and I'd tell my roomie that I was feeling kind of anxious and I might go see a counselor, and she'd be like, "Oh, okay," but I didn't want her to see the depth of my mess. It didn't work very long. I found myself out with coworkers wishing that a car would hit me. And through that, the Holy Spirit really was able to say, I have more for you than this. Like, something in this equation is going to have to change. I was able to make it outside and call my boyfriend and say, listen, this is going to sound absolutely nuts, but this is where I'm at right now, and I just need help. I just can't do this anymore. And within 10 minutes, I had my family around me, taking me home to my parents' house an hour north in the middle of the night after packing me up and taking care of all of my tasks, and like loving me even though I was so messy. That kind of was what allowed me to see that it's not about me, that God is concerned with His glory, and that Jesus entered into our mess to make God glorious. If I'm so concerned with my own image in front of other people, then I'm never going to experience the freedom that Jesus purchased for me on the cross by entering into my mess. I'm not saying I have it all together by any means, but I'm experiencing more and more freedom every day as I accept that I'm messy and that I'm never going to be perfect, and that when I'm able to be weak, that He's made to look really good.